Today we are going to learn about one more important topic, introduction to Java JSP beans action tag. So in the last class we have studied JSP forward and include tag, okay, action tags. So today we are going to learn about Java beans, okay, how we can make use of Java beans. We can use the same Java bean in the JSP. Okay, so let me tell you first what do you mean by Java bean. Java bean is nothing but a Java class which implements the a serializable interface, and that Java class having some property. This Java class contains the no argument constructor as well as accessor method, that is setter and getter methods. Okay, if that class contains all these things, then we will generally we call this Java class as a Java bean. Okay, so uh, JSP specification provides three standard actions. Okay, three action tags provided by for the Java bean. Okay, JSP provides. Okay, the first is JSP useBean. Okay, so JSP useBean is used for declaring, instantiating, and initializing beans. So this tag is used for declaring, instantiating, and initializing beans. Okay, and another tag is setter, set property, JSP set property. The first is useBean. UseBean means we usually create a object of a class. For example, we have employee class. We want to create employee emp is equals to new employee. So for that purpose, creation of employee instantiating. Okay, for that purpose we use useBean. Okay, JSP colon useBean. And so for the set property, we can use the tag JSP colon set property. And similarly, for the get property to print the property, we can use JSP dot colon get property. Okay, so these are the three things we are going to see. Okay, so I will tell you like what is the syntax for each one, and then I will give the example. So we'll see how to work with the Java beans action tags. Okay, so syntax for JSP useBean. Okay, JSP colon useBean ID. ID is means an instance name. Instance name is nothing but the reference employee EMP is equal to new employee, where EMP is nothing but the instance name. Okay, and this is the scope, page, request, session, application. Okay, so this is having lower priority and having the request, then session, then application. Okay, priority wise, this page is related to like the scope is to that JSP page, not outside that page. Okay, request means the in the request scope. Okay, and the class name we have to provide. Okay, type package dot class name, and all these things we need to provide. Okay, I will give in the whenever I will write the code, then that time you will be more clear. Okay, the set property, JSP colon set property, then the whatever the instance name, that is the reference name, and the property star for all property, and the param and name. Okay, property name and name. Okay, property this one. Okay, so JSP property name this one and property. Okay, and getter property means JSP colon getter property name and property name. Okay, these are the things we're going to see. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's start the coding. Okay, so this folder structure I have created JSP bean action tags. What I'm going to do here is I will create one this one, the bean class. Okay, so for the time being, take employee. Employee is a Java bean class, employee bean. Okay, which what I have told, to make the Java class is a bean, we have to implement serializable java.io package. Okay, and after that, what I'm going to write, this employee class is having some property, employee int emp id. Okay, and private string, then emp name, and private string emp address, employee address. Okay, so and what more field, like no argument constructor is having select none. Okay, so this is the argument construct, no argument constructor, and all the accessor methods like like greater and setters for all this one. So this completes the Java bean, employee Java bean. Okay, employee that implements serializable, having some property, and this is no argument constructor, and getter and setter accessor methods. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, I just wanted to write one simple, I want to register this employee. Okay, whatever the employee will come, then that employee I want to register. So we will not interact here in this application. We will not going to interact with the database. Okay, so normally what I'll do, whatever the request will come with the field, that I will display only. Okay, so here I will mainly focus on how to use JSP useBean, JSP getProperty, JSP colon setProperty. How these tags we can use, that is JSP bean action tags. Okay, that we can, how we can use. Okay, so database and all we will see in the later. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, this is uh, employee registration. Okay, employee registration, and here what I'll do. Okay, somehow it is not detecting actually to name the HTML tags. So let me take as HTML. We'll rename this one. Okay, no worries. So it is enables now. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take one form action equal to register.jsp. Okay, register.jsp, this is the action, and here user sorry, emp id, employee id, employee id nothing but input type is equal to text, and name is equals to emp id. Okay, as usual br. Okay, then emp name, employee name, then input type is equals to text, and name is equals to emp name. Okay, and br. Okay, line break. So emp add employee address. Okay, then input type is equals to text, and name is equals to emp address address. Okay, and then br. Okay, then we'll submit. Input type is equals to submit, and value is equals to submit. Okay, so what it will do, I have taken employee id, employee name, employee address from the HTML form, so JSP form. So finally where I am submitting. Okay, this one submit, then it will go to the register.jsp page. Okay, register.jsp page. So let me create the register.jsp page. Here file register.jsp. What I will do, I will take all this content, and let me rename this one. Okay, refactor, rename, then to JSP. Okay, fine. And register.jsp, I will take this one, and form I will clear this. Okay, and here here instead of header, what I'll do, you'll do employee uh, details. Okay, so what I'll do, registered employee details. Okay, once you register, this message will be displayed. Okay, so what I'll do, here I will take what I'll do, I just wanted to create the employee bin. So what I'll do, JSP colon use bin. Okay, you JSP colon use bin the tag, then JSP colon use bin is a tag, then id is equals to, id means the reference, for example this is emp. Okay, emp, and class is equals to, class is a fully qualified name, com dot prakash it dot employee. Okay, so this is the class. Okay, this tag close. Then what we will do, JSP colon uh, JSP colon then set property. Okay, set property. So what we want? We want to set the property. Okay, once the object is created, this means what? This means the object employee EMP equals to new employee. So this is the EMP. Okay, now what we want? We want to set the property. Once the object got created, we want to set the property to this EMP, this reference. Okay, object. Okay, so what we'll do? Then property is equals to what? All the property. All the property means star, and name is equals to what? Which one? The EMP, the reference. Okay, so this is also completed. Now once this set, then now what we want? We want to get. Once we set, we are not performing any database action, so directly what we'll do? Okay, so we'll display this one, register employee details. Okay, this one only. Oh, okay, let me delete this one. Directly what I'll write? We'll write display this one, employee details. So here what I'll do, I will write JSP colon get property to get the property. Okay, property, get property, and property and name, property and name. Property is equals to property is EMP ID and name equals to this one. Okay, this is the one property I have set, and similarly another two is there. Okay, this is the EMP ID, EMP ID. Okay, EMP ID. Then here this is the EMP name, and here this is EMP ADDR, employee address. Yes, okay, employee address. So here employee EMP name, and here this is the property name is EMP ADDRESS address. Okay, after the each one, what I will write? PR, and I will close this. Okay, I will copy this and I will paste, and here I will also paste. Okay, that is fine. So what I am doing here is, like, once this request comes to this index.jsp, so it will capture all the, user will insert employee ID, employee name, and employee address. That will, on submit, it will go to the register.jsp. Here what I am doing, I am just creating, using the create useBean means creating the object of the employee, setting the property for all property star, name equal to EMP, this is the reference. Okay, and finally instead of database, what I'm doing, when I'm displaying all these property whatever I have captured. Okay, so by using the JSP colon get property. Okay, email ID, this employee ID, name, all these things. Okay, so now on this times to deploy our application. Okay, JSP, then JSP bean action tag, JSP bean action tag, apply, then run. So now our application is getting deployed. So we'll take the context path and we'll try to run. Okay. Okay, fine. So this is the one. Let take me this one slash index dot JSP, index dot JSP. The form will load now. So what we will provide? We will provide 10, and employee name is Smith. Okay, caps lock started. So Smith, and employee address is some USA. Okay, so one submit, employee address, EMP address, bin type. Okay, so what it is showing, cannot find the information on property employee address in bin type counter for the employee. Okay, we will see like what is the property we have defined inside the this one, employee EMP ADD employee address. So this one index employee address, and here what we are doing. Okay, so small and this is the capital property name we have written capital. So now it should be fine. So let me go to this one and let me submit again. Okay, now it is submitting. Register employee details, employee ID 10, employee name Smith, and employee address is USA. Okay, up to this is well and good. Now I just want to do some kind of changes here. Okay, what I want to do while discussing, like I have told the scope things, right? The use bean scope is like while creating the object, that object should be valid to the some scope, request scope or session scope or application scope or page scope. Okay, by default the scope is the page scope, so that is why it is showing properly. Okay, now what I'll do, I will just comment this one. For comment JSP page, this one, and after I'll come back here and I'll close that. This line, that means I have closed this one. Okay, I have closed this one. So let me now rerun again to give 101. I'll try to hit. So nothing you are seeing here. Okay, because I have commented out all these things. Okay, so what I will do, once this page comes to this register.jsp, the request, so what I'll do, I will include some tag. So forward tag we have studied in the last class, right? This one, sorry, JSP column forward. JSP colon forward page is equals to which one? Some display dot JSP, display dot JSP. This is the, whenever the request come reaches this line, then it will forward the request to the display dot JSP. Okay, so display dot JSP I'm going to create here. Okay, so now new file display dot JSP. Inside the display dot JSP, what I'll do, I will take all oh, all these things and I will put here, and I'll change all these things. Set properties, this one is also not required. Okay, so what I'm doing, on the request comes to this page, then it will forward the request to the display.jsp. So here I am displaying all these things. Okay, so um, let me go to this one and let me try to provide 1010, and this time it is John and this is USA. Okay, one submit. So as you can see, JSP colon param the request standard action with name and value attribute, name and value attribute. So why we are getting JSP colon param standard action with name value attributes? Okay, what we are doing here, JSP forward page. Okay, oh, we forgot to close this one. Okay, so now if I go back and if I submit with 11141, then if I submit, then it is going register employee details is employee ID 0, employee name is null, employee address is null. So why this is coming as null? Even though we are providing the value, then why it is printing null? Because as I have said, once the request come here, the default scope is like page scope. Okay, the default scope is page scope. Once this is forwarding the request, so though the value is having with this page, while the control comes to this page, so that details whatever the user has submitted, that is not coming to this. That means whatever the request send the request data, that is valid to the this register.jsp page, not valid for the display page. Okay, because that is only specific to some page. So what we have to do here is, like, we have to introduce one more scope scope is equals to request. If I copy this scope, and if I go to display and if I put here useBean, scope is this one. If I go back the browser and if I again try to submit the 4 one with submit, then you can see employee ID this one and John, and this is the employee address USA. So that is due to the scope. Whenever we are submitting some request, whenever we are dealing with this kind of application, then we have to be careful about the scope. Okay, what scope we are using, otherwise we will not get the request data. Okay, so the data will not valid for the whole application. That is that will be restrict to the up to this page. Okay, it will not go to the register page or display page. So be careful while working with this kind of application. Okay, so I hope the beans action tags, that is useBean and get property, set property, use all these things, all these useBean, get property, set property of the Java bean is clear to everybody, because in detail I have explained. Okay, so practice one more time from your side, so you will be clear. Okay, so I think that's all for this video. We'll meet in the next video with a new topic. Thank you.